All right. Welcome to this live trading session. This is JRock, your host. Forgot to hit record. It's all good. So I'm in a UJ buy, and I said UJ was going to go up based on the week time frame. We rode down, held under the 5, then we jumped on top of the 5 right here, and we've held above the 5, and here we've had an explosive move straight up this week. Boom, 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 all the way up. So let's go to the day time frame. All right. Here we are on the day time frame. We had to pop. Today is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Boop. And then we traded sideways. We hit a little resistance right here at the 100-day moving average. And then we popped through it, traded sideways to today. We pulled all the way back. Let's look at that. We pulled almost all the way back to the 100. Well, almost right at 109. And then we took off again. Boop. I never faltered in believing that it was going to break all the way down, because I said, we've got room to run all the way up here, and then we're going to pull back. Okay? That's what I'm expecting. There's my orders. There's my screen. Let's just show you. I'm going to zoom in. We'll grab my chart, pull that down. There you go. So here's my take profit at 110.04. Here's my sell limit at 110.21. You say, well, why do you have a take profit? Why don't you move your stop loss up? Yeah. Okay, smarty pants. If I get away from my computer, at least I got something that's going to take me out and put me in a sell when it gets to that point. If my computer crashes, or my signal goes out and I lose service, or my broker shuts down, then I've got to have my orders in place. So you want to make sure you protect yourself in case you have unforeseen circumstances. But if I'm in the trade and I'm watching it, I may take all of my take profits off of my orders and just put a stop loss and ride it up, or sit there on the trigger, and I'll go to right over here and I'll close each of my UJ. Boom, 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 boom. Close each of those one at a time and get out of that trade. So let's go to the 4-hour. And here's where we had the move. We jumped up and we rode up on the 22nd, 23rd, traded sideways. We jumped up a little bit, then pulled back, came down. Everybody got in sells here thinking it was going to tumble, and boom, it took off and it held. So the H4 was confirming the longer time frame, the day in the week chart, that we're just holding the moving averages. You've got to have a pullback. So you can't go against what the chart's saying, or you're going to get murdered, get your head knocked off. And here we ran all the way up. We bounced and we traded sideways. Well, you see that one line right there? I put in a buy right there thinking we were going to break out and go again. Well, it didn't. It pulled all the way back. So I've been adding as we've gone down. So you see my buy right here, the top one. I got a 5 lot, and I'm down in that one because we haven't reached there yet. Then I got a 7 lot, and then I entered another 7 lot when it fell. Then I entered another 5 lot when it fell. So I'm in profit on those, and we're just at this next 7 lot. But we pulled all the way back almost to the 20-period moving average on the 4-hour time frame. Look at this divergence that's taking place. We're going to have a pullback at some point, but it's going to launch and then we'll pull back. So we're going to go about another 100 pips from here. We're currently at 109.36. We're probably going to go to 110.30. Okay. This is what I want to show you. When we had a run, it hopped on top of the 5. It traded sideways to the 10, and then we took off, gapped up, traded sideways. We held the 5 all the way up, big exhaustion run, but then it traded sideways. People would have sold it right here thinking it was going to come down. Well, we just broke out of consolidation. So if anything, move your stop loss up. Okay? Don't put in a sell. Just move your stop loss up and wait. Then it traded sideways into the 5, and then it jumped again. Then we pulled back to the 10. Came a little bit under the 10 where it wicked, but that's not where you notice anything. It's not where it wicks. It's where it closes. All right? Then it hopped back up on top of the 5, ran all the way. Then we pulled back to the 20, and then we've launched again. So we just launched a little while ago on this 4-hour candle. All right. Here we are, 1-hour time frame, a lot of consolidation. And then we came to the 50 on the 1-hour time frame. I tell you all the time, the 30-minute, 1 hour are my go-to time frames to stay in a trend. I don't get out of the trend until it breaks down below my moving averages, or I move my stop loss up, and then I'll get back in. But this is why I kept believing that we were going to continue to go up. And you see I bought right here, probably on this candle, thinking we were going to launch again, but then we pulled all the way back. So, I didn't go too heavy, and then I got in again when we dropped way down here, and then I thought we were going to go again, so I hit it. Then we came back further, and I thought we were going to go again, so I hit another 7 lot. Then we came all the way down here. I put another 5 lot. All right. Then held the 50 on the 1 hour, so the 50-hour moving average, and then boom, we popped, and we pulled back one little bit here, and we're getting ready to pop again, is what I believe. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Same thing. So we've jumped all the way back up. We're almost at resistance, but we're just kind of channeling right here from this big push, and then we're going to run up. TP is take profit. SL is stop loss. All right. So I'm comfortable with this trade continually, and I could actually move. Let me just move my stop loss. I'm going to move that way up here just in case we get a big breakdown. I'm going to stay in that trade. Well, we're at 33 pips. I'm going to stay in that trade up to 29. And let me go down to the 5-minute. So that's my stop loss on this. And it's probably going to pull back to this level. Could pull back further. So I don't think it'll pull back too far. So I'm going to take a stop loss on this one as well. Lock that in case that decides to drop further. Well, I'll just get back in if it drops any further. All right. So we should be good. I got that stop loss, and let me move that one right there. All right. So I got both my stop loss set right in that area. I'm going to zoom in just in case it drops. Well, I see the spread is a little bit bigger. It could come, at least in case it tumbles, I'll only be in another lot 7, and I could probably move it down just a little bit to get under that 10, because it'll probably drop to the 10 and take me out if it doesn't pop through. But it's okay. Sometimes it comes a little further back. I can always add to it again. All right. Looking good. So once it gets back up here and runs, I'm going to move my stop losses up to right under the 5 in case we have some news or something comes out and it plummets. Then I can have my stop losses in place to take me out of the trade and protect me there. So that is UJ. I'm also in a buy on New Zealand CAD. Yeah, my take profit is 110 dot. I guess I put that on the manifesting profit, Serena. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, 110.15 on here. I just threw it on there 110.04.05. I wasn't really paying attention. I just wanted to. Well, you look. I just grabbed it and moved the line. So that's why 110.06, 110.064, 110.048. I hadn't even put one for this one yet. So where's that one at? Must be that 500. No, I got that one. Which one is that? Yeah, that's the 5 on the bottom. Let's grab that. I think that's it. Yeah, that's that one. All right. Let me move that up there. So I could put it all the way up here if I wanted to. 110, 12, 110, 15. I'm just going to make sure I get out when it runs. All right. So that's that. And if it takes me out before then those take profits will go away, obviously. But that's looking good. So I'm going to move these stop losses up just a little bit to about right there, 109.34. And looks like it's going to trade sideways and pop again. I don't think it'll pull back. So that's UJ. One more stop loss. All right. So I got 3 with a stop loss of 110, 109.34 that I've been bumping it up. What moving average signals to me that the trend is ending? When it closes below the 10 on the 30-minute time frame. So if I go to the 30-minute time frame, and let's just scroll back in time. So here we had a run. And then, like I always say, you're going to run. Let me see if I can get that over here where you can see it. So you get a run, boom, trade sideways to the 10, trade sideways normally to the 20. Then we ran up, but this still held the 10, so that's showing real strength. When we consolidated, well, I knew in this that we probably weren't going to fall because we were consolidating all the way, even though we closed below the 10, but the next candle negated it. Let's zoom in right there. All right. And then it held the 20, consolidating, pulled back one little bit to the 34. Then we took off again. So when you see a big exhaustion move or we have a big move like that, that was from 108.80 to 109.20. Okay, so that's 40 pips. You know, that's a pretty good run on UJ. UJ's not known for monster runs. So then you would have looked at your RSI, which I don't have it on here, but I can go and add it real quick. Actually, you know, let me just do this. All right. So you see how it ran way up here. It got way up here, probably an 85 area. Well, just because it got an 85, well, we were just starting a massive run coming off of the bottom down here from 105. So it continued to rally, and the RSI pulled back. So just because RSI goes in overbought territory doesn't mean you get into a sell. You get your head knocked off. You got to say, is the trend strong enough? Is it holding those moving averages really strong? Well, then it popped again from the 50 straight up. When you have a big move like that where it's straight up rather than over the course of time, it's gradually increasing, then you can probably say, okay, we're going to get a pullback. So this was a big pop, short period of time. RSI went above 70, and then you can get in for a sell. But if it's a gradual increase, boom, sideways consolidation, gradual increase, chances of it dropping back are slim. You got to know and recognize your trend. Okay, so that's what you look at when you're checking it out. Same thing here. When it came all the way down, we dropped off. Well, I knew based on the other time frame that we were going to have a pullback off of the 1 hour time frame, a bounce right off of the 50. And you see nothing closed below that 50, but the RSI went below here on the 1 hour time frame, went below the 50 because the RSI is channeling. I teach you that when you're in an uptrend, the RSI will channel above the 50, between the 50 and the 70. When you're in a downtrend, it'll stay below the 50. But when you're in an uptrend, it'll have an occasional dip below the 50. And that was where we came right here. Boop. And then back up. And here we are pushing again. Makes sense? All right. Okay. So the next trade I'm in is And you see, this is a 5-minute time frame. We dip down to the 10, and then we hop back on top of the 5, and that's holding that 5 right here. So it's got some strength that's going to continue. So I could move my stop loss up further, capture another pip or two, but UJ's a slow mover. But it'll pull back in a quick and then jump up. So you got to give it some wiggle room. Okay, here's the next one that I'm watching, and this is New Zealand, Canada. All right. So New Zealand, Canada, I bought it actually down here, and then I wrote it up, and then I got stopped out. So, you know, if you go look at my history, the last several trades I've made, New Zealand, Canada. So right here, I bought it at 90.78, which was right here in this area. Actually, I might have bought it before that. Yeah, there you go. So 90.70, 90.72, and 90.78. All right. So 90.70 is right here. So this is where I bought it after it had been come off the downtrend, and then it hopped on top of these moving averages. Then it ran up and it pulled back. I said, okay. And you see how wide the spread is. So when I saw this, I said, it's going to go up. So I jumped in and I wrote it up, and then it stopped me out here when it had that big pullback. So I moved my stop loss up, and then boom, when it dropped, it sold me. So when it confirmed over here that it was getting ready to push again, well, I got in on this candle a little while ago. And if you look at that time, a little after 12, well, New Zealand, Canada, right here, a little after 12, almost 1 o'clock. So that would be probably this bar right here. Where's that at? Yeah, this bar right here. So one fell somewhere right in here. Anyway, right there, 13. So I got in, wrote it up. I've come back down. I haven't moved my stop loss because I'm definitely believing it's going to keep going, and I'm going to show you why. What's going on here? Let me see. Hang on. Got to keep your eye on UJ too. Okay, so on the 1 minute, it pulled back to the 34. My stop losses are right here, so it could drop and take me out if it comes below that. I'm going to tighten that up just in case it gets a wild hair and wants to drop down. All right, leave that one alone for now. If that takes me out of those three, then that's fine. I've only got one more to ride up. Okay, let's look at the 1 month time frame on New Zealand, Canada. Okay. Well, I can't do that because we had some glitch. Okay. You see, we're on top of the moving averages. We're holding the 34 here, and then boom, we take off. Well, what's going on right here at this level? Anybody know? Okay, so UJ just dropped and stopped me out of those. So I've only got I'm in 2 trades right now. 2 positions. UJ and NC. And I may get back in if I like to. I'll let you know. Hang on. Now the moving averages on the 1 minute time frame, you move quite a bit, a little more, quite a bit more volatility on the 1 minute time frame. Well, let's see the 5 minute. You know what? It's pulling back to the 34 or the 10 on the 5 minute time frame. It could come back here to 30. If it does, I'll jump back in again. So I'm gonna leave that for right now. I just have one US JPY 5 lot. All right. What's going on right here at this level? What do we call that? Anybody? What's this called right here? Hello. This is a participation phone call. Resistance. Thank you, Jennifer. Resistance. Strong resistance. This is the month time frame. So we had 3 months. Boop. Came up, hit it again, came down, tried again. Here we went above it pretty good, but then we came back, then we come back, and now we're coming down. So what would I call this where these candles are at? What could I call that? What point? What I call this? Support, okay, on the moving average. Then what would this be? These candles compared to this. A swing low, okay, preferably. Give me another name for this swing low. What do I call them? Higher low, thank you, Daniel. And then we got a higher low here, but then a lower low, and then a higher low. And this is all forming, what would you call this? What is that forming? Come on. Why aren't you moving? All right, hang on. Let's see. Somebody says flag. Somebody says divergence, head and shoulders, upward channel, uptrend, trend, head and shoulder flag, possible flag, inverted head and shoulders, uptrend channel. Ascending triangle, Nick. Thank you. This is an ascending triangle or a high basing triangle. It can also, if we move back further in time, you could call it a, so there, what would this be called? This part of this move. What is this in relation to the overall pattern? This whole thing right here. Come on, give it to me. What part of the candle pattern would I call this? I'm looking for a name. Well, if you know what this is, high basing triangle, or it's forming something else, rally, 5-wave impulse, uptrend channel, those are all not incorrect, but I'm looking for one. A flagpole, Nick, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. So this is a flagpole right here. I can't pull it all the way out because of this thing. I don't know what this glitch is in the system here. If I can get that moved over. Okay. And you see UJ's getting ready to push again, but I'm going to, I could move with that, but I'm going to wait. So this, if we continue out, this could be a pennant. So it's a bull pennant because it's not a flag because it's shaping like a triangle. Okay. Looks like a flagpole on the golfing green right at the hole. Oh, it dropped that much in a day? Okay. Do not quit, Serena. This is why you're on here, to learn. Okay. And now I'm glitching. What's going on here? All right. Now, yeah, I'm going to wait for UJ to pull back a little bit. So we've gone up, come down, gone up, come down, and we pull back right here. And I'm going to zoom in. We have pulled all the way back out. We bounced right off of the 10-month moving average. That's that orange line right in there that's following the candles. Well, let's go ahead and go to the week time frame. I was going to say, for knowing everything, you sure quit pretty quick. All good. I know you won't quit. Okay, so here's the week time frame. Same thing. You see it getting into that bull pennant pattern and a high basing triangle where it wants to break through. So we had a big run and then a big drop. So we pull back almost to this part right here. Let's zoom in and look at that. So that was almost we have a lot of confluence here, man. I've got the 34, the 100, and the 200 right here in this area. Well, why did we bounce here? Well, let's go and look. Let's look at the day time frame. Oh, there we go. What do we call that? What is this red line? The 200 moving average, correct? Big mama, the last line of defense. Your 200-day moving average. It means if it's above it, we're going to stay in an uptrend. If it's below it, we're going to stay in a downtrend. When we come to it, she's going to smack you back the other way. You may be able to get past her, but she's going to grab your collar and jerk you back, and you're going to get yanked back on the other side. So let's zoom in. And we've had a nice long trail off. And then we've come right to the 200-day moving average. And I did a buy right here on the bounce. Boop. Actually, I've done buys from the 70 level. So I was buying it right off of the bounce here. And then I got stopped out when it ran up and then pulled back. So I'm back in it because I believe it's going to go all the way up here. I really believe it's going to go way up here. 9,600. And we're at 9,100 almost. We're at 90.90. So you do the math. Yeah, I don't know. I figured somebody was going to mention Sean's color. I don't know why he does that. Yellow is caution. I told him. He's confusing people. No, but anyway, you could put whatever color you want. It's whatever makes sense to you. Just whenever you watch my charts, you got to know what I'm doing. So this is the day. So I believe we've had a big drop off, and you see the way the way this pair moves. This is New Zealand, Canada. Oh, we got a nice little pop going on here. So we're pushing back up. We broke back out of resistance, and we're going up on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see if I can catch something here. Yeah, I'm going to do a buy. Right now. Boop. All right, so I just bought UJ again right here. So I'm going to let that hold forth and then should rally up again. All right. Yes, you can use the 200 on almost all time frames. Obviously, the 1-minute time frame is not as reliable, but it still works. Okay. So you see on NZ, the candles normally hold close to the 5 and the 10 period moving average. So when you get a big drop off like this, it gets away from it. It's going to come back to it. So here we had a big drop off that came all the way to 200. So we're going to come back to it. We could go to 91.50. So we're almost at 91. So that's at least another 50 pips from here. Okay. So let's go to the 4-hour. So y'all should be in a buy on UJ. If you pulled the trigger a minute ago, you're almost in profit as that thing pushes past your purchase point. Having a little bit of lag. All right. So here's the 4-hour chart. We have come down. We bounced up into the 20, came down, held under the 5, and then we found the bottom. Well, what was this bottom right here? I'm on the 4-hour time frame. What was this? What was this? Why did it stop and turn back here? Where you at, Nick? Come on. Daniel? I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Why did these two candles stop right here and it go the other way? What support? Nope. What support? Price support? The 200 MA. JD, you are correct, my man. The 200 MA on 200 MA on the daily chart. Sorry, trying to talk, get choked up. Put your glasses on. Okay. Hang on. Get a good one. Ooh. Okay. There we go. La, 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 la. I think we're good. I have my screen too tight in. No, you had to remember what I was saying a minute ago. So if I was on the daily time frame and I said right here, we hit support on the day time frame, that's why we bounced. So when I went down to the 4-hour time frame, that's why I say you got to look at multiple time frames on your screen. And so when you came to the 4-hour time frame, there's nothing there, not a thing. And you say, well, if anybody were to read charts and they come to this and they look at this chart and they say, well, the 4-hour says it's going to keep going down, I'm doing a sell. Well, you do a sell. As for me and my household, we're doing a buy. And I'm going to make money and you're going to lose it. Why? Because support on the daily time frame. So right here, where those candles stopped in midair was support of the 200 on the daily time frame. You can't see it here. Boom. We popped up. We sat on top of the 5. We hit the 10, traded sideways. Now we're sitting on top of the 10. Let's zoom in one more time. And now we're down a little bit. I mean, we could come back here to 80. I don't really think so. I think we'll continue to run or trade sideways. But it's having a little bit of a pullback right now. UJ still having a little bit. So the market's having a little bit of a rest. But pretty soon, boop, it's going to pop and run. So a little consolidation here. You can't worry about consolidation. Now would be a good time to get into NZ if you want to make some money. And I may, let's see. I think it's at a good spot. I'm going to add another one. I think it's going to run again. So it ran all the way up here and then it pulled back. That was to 91.08, give or take. And now we're all the way back to 90.92. So that's 16 pips. So I'm going to make some pips on that as that runs. I am very confident NC will run because as you saw how far down it had fallen on the longer time frames, and we are in a bull pattern, a bull pennant pattern, and we have a monster pullback all the way down here. So let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, so there's your pullback. As I say, the 1 hour and the 30-minute are my go-to time frames for trend continuation. So here, coming down, boom, drop, consolidation. We're still under the moving averages. Pop to the 34, and then we're still under the moving averages. Then, well, Serena, what happened right here? Why did it stop in midair? Serena's not listening. I need another admin to kick her out of the room, please. Thank you. Okay, so it stopped at the 200 MA on the daily. Thank you. I see you. I see you guys. BTO, Daniel, Fanuel. Okay. I see you guys. Lena, for sure. So beautiful. Played the bounce, and then boom, it got on top of the 5, and it rode the 5. Look at that. Let's zoom in. Rode the 5. When we hit the 20, we had resistance, and so we pulled back. Then we rallied, traded sideways, a little pullback, and we rallied. And then we started the next hour, and we pushed almost to the 34. Then we pulled all the way back to the 20. Then we went up. We opened the next hour, and we pulled almost back to the 20, so we're putting in another support level. Then we rallied to the 34. Then we jumped on top of the 34. We exploded. Now we're coming all the way back, and it looks like we're resting on the 34, and the 10 is coming up here. So we are in a general pullback of a new uptrend that is beginning. So we have broken above the 5, the 10, the 20, the 34, and the 50. So this is a great spot to say, okay, we are getting ready to go up. If I go back in time and you say, well, look what happened here when it did all that, boom, 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 and then it trailed off. Well, yeah, it trailed off here because we were still in a downtrend. We've got major support, the 200-day moving average support right here. So that's why we're going to continue to push up on this one. Okay. So we are in good shape right here. The new hour candle will not form for 20 minutes. It's 21:47 right here on the bottom of my screen. So I think we'll be good. Good spot to buy that pair. 30-minute time frame. Okay, Serena, I got you. Sick kids. I'm gonna let you off the hook. We didn't know you had kids. So 30-minute time frame. Yes, thank you, Fanuel. We should pray for Serena's children. They're not feeling well. For sure. What are they sick with? While I'm waiting on her, continue to look right here. So here we've got a bottom that's kind of forming on UJ right here across on the, well, this is a 1 minute time frame. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame and see. Yep, so a little consolidation. We ran up. We're going to have a little consolidation. Here comes the 5. So the next 30-minute candle will form about 20 minutes. Okay, fever and cough. We'll pray that that breaks and that they get better immediately. All right. So on this UJ, we're waiting. We pulled back almost to the 50 on the 30-minute time frame. We did break above it, a little sideways action, a rest from this big run, a little rest, and then boom, we're going to take off again. Over here, go back to NZ on the 30-minute time frame. As I said, we got a little pullback that's happening. So we broke through the 100 on the 30-minute time frame, came back down. We rested on the 10, but then we dropped below it. But we haven't closed yet. We've got 20 minutes before this candle closes. So it's not where it wicks, it's where it closes. So it can pull back okay, but it's probably going to power up and close way up here by the end of the next 20 minutes, the end of this 30-minute candle. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Pulling back a little bit, a little consolidation going on here. 34 is coming. And then here's the 50 crossing over the 100. We hit the 200 on the 15 minutes, so we had a little resistance, pull back. Then the next phase, we're going to power up through it. But this is a slow mover, more of a pretty consistent gainer. So you can be safe with that. And I didn't move my stop loss up earlier. I could have done that and then captured. I had made $1,000 and I'm back to 73, $100 right now because of the big pullback. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay. That's what we're looking at. This is definitely going to push on up. I believe UJ will push up here in a bit. Just taking some time to get moving. Yep, that looks good. RSI is back over the 50 level on the 30-minute time frame. That's setting up for a nice push to the upside here in a little while. Bitcoin. Let's see. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to go up. Okay. That good? Y'all have a nice day with Bitcoin. Just kidding. Let me get over here. Actually, let me do this one and let's see some Bollingers. This is a week time frame. Sitting on top of the 10 looks to me like. I don't know why this doesn't have enough data from this liquidity provider. All right, Bitcoin looks like it's pulled back to the 10, so we're in an uptrend right now. We've run up, we pull back to the 10. We're going to get ready to go back up. So Bitcoin is a good buy right now, in my opinion. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of had the rally and then the pullback, and it's getting ready to start curving on back around. Yep. Looks like it's going to go up to 10,000 on the next rally. Looks good there. 1 hour time frame. All right, sitting on the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. So finding some support right there. It could break down, could bounce, so you could kind of do a buy stop above it, that if it runs up to this level, then get in. So if it comes back up here, then 8,900, or you could do a speculation buy right here off the 200 on the 1 hour time frame. I don't really mess with crypto too much anymore. It's all over the place, up down, up down. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So get more of a pullback on UJ and on NC. Yeah, Bitcoin's finding support, putting higher lows on a 15-minute time frame. Looks like it might be a good buy. I'd put a stop loss probably right down here at 86.50. Why tactical support? Indicator. I don't have tactical support rather than PSI on Bitcoin. I have RSI. So crypto is a different animal, but there you have it. That's what it looks like. Okay, next. Yep, I hear you, Jennifer. I lost over 100 grand trading crypto. I made a lot of money, and then I gave it all back because of the huge manipulation where they can drop it 5,000 points in the blink of an eye. EN. Yeah, EN's a good one. EN. Let's see what's going on with UJ real quick. Still holding right there. And NC. Pull back to the 34, a little bit stronger pullback than I expected. But looks like it's ready to go back up. So good buying opportunity. Euro NZD. Well, I'm in NZD CAD for N to go up. So I think Euro is coming down and N is going up. So as Euro, this is the chart of the Euro against the New Zealand dollar. So as the New Zealand dollar comes down, as this chart comes down, that means Euro is coming down and New Zealand is going up, because the currency at the back is doing the opposite of what the chart is doing. So if the chart is going up, New Zealand's going down. If the chart is going down, New Zealand's going up. So I'm in a buy. I'm bullish on New Zealand right now. So EN will come down, down, down. And plus, it's had a monster run anyway. It's just pulling back a little bit. It's at the 5-day support right now, but I think it'll break down. Man, that almost looks like a monster. That's a bullish engulfing candle. I mean, a bearish engulfing candle right there. So it depends on how it closes over the course of the day. It could pull all the way back up here and close slightly above it so it doesn't make it bearish, engulfing, and then boom, the next day it just drops off. Depends on what it's going to do. So it's got support right now on the day chart. 73% of C Trader clients believe this is going down. UJ pulled back a little bit more again. All right, so this is the week. We are in a bull. That's a bull flag pattern on the week of EN. So that says to me EN's going to go up, and we got clear skies, but we're in a pullback right now. How far will the pullback be? Here's the month. Probably not much, really and truly. Looking at the longer time frames, Serena, the month and the week, this is a buy, really and truly. I just got to figure out to where is it going to pull back to. And just hold for me 1 minute. Let me see what's going on with UJ. Yeah, pull back a lot further. So it had to drop because I'm watching my numbers down here. See, we pull back a little bit further. All right. Yeah, I still think we're good right here on this. So I'm going to add to this. So I'm doing another buy. I entered another buy on UJ. I think it's just pulled back just a little bit. And it's almost to the 50 on the RSI on the 1 hour time frame. So I think we have pretty good support here to push back up. Yep. All right. So I think we'll go back up and break through that mess. Yeah. That should be good. All right. So back to EN. Day is showing support. I think it's going to rally, Serena. It's going to push back up. So it pulled back to the 5 right here. It ran a nice big run here, and then it ran again, but then it's pulled back. So I think it's going to keep going. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Yeah, RSI on the day chart hit 70, and then it pulled back, but I think it'll turn and channel. Let's go to 4 hour. Yep, a little pullback. It could stop here. It could come to 71. I don't think it'll come all the way to 7,100. We're at 71.42. This is probably a good turning point right here. One hour chart, we're almost, we're right at the 100. We're below it, so we close below it. It depends on what this candle does. I think it comes back up. Maybe the next hour it comes down. Next hour, boom, it powers up, or it fakes down and then powers up. So that's probably what they're going to do is fake out, do a fake out and take out where they're going to make everybody think it's coming down. If you see all these C Trader clients, they are saying 73% think it's coming down. And I don't know how many of these are knowledgeable traders. So, you take this with a grain of salt, because I did a buy on something else, and they were saying that it was a sell, and I made money. So maybe they were thinking long-term swing traders. Could be. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll look at gold here in a minute. Carolina. I'll tell you what I think. I think it's still a buy. Well, you go for it then. I just read that, so you said that a little while ago, probably when I said it was a sell. But I say you're on the money. Still sitting on the 5 on the daily, week, and month. Yep. You've been stuck in 3 sells. Was wondering if I should cut my losses. I don't know which one you're talking about, Ash. Do you coincide with MS and WS or strictly MAs? I don't know what MS and WS are. You'll have to clarify that for me, partner. EJ, I'll look at that here in a minute. Euro NZD harmonic scanner. Okay. The M and the W pattern. M and W setups on yeah, that'd be like double and triple top and bottom. I do look at those, but moving averages basically tell you everything you need to know. So I kind of go with that. But if I see a double top up here, yeah, I will say, it's possible we're going to come down, but I got to look at the overall scheme of things and say, you know, when it came here, boom, we had a top, and then top. You say, oh, well, it's a triple top. It's going to come down, and then boom, it comes down, and then poof, it takes off and goes the other way. Well, you got to look at the overall trend if we're still in a trend. Okay. Yep. Gotcha. So I only look at it in relation to the overall trend and if we're at price support. So price support is when you will see the double and triple top and bottom. Price support or resistance. All right. So still got a pullback in UJ. Let's see what's going on here. All right. So sitting right on top. This is a 5-minute time frame. Sitting right on top of the 34 and the 100. We got a little confluence right there. So we have to break above that mess. And why I think it's going to go back up, because it's very rare that it's going to have a big run like that and then a drop all the way back and a tumble. When we had strong consolidation here and then a fake out, and then boom, they ran it up in 4 candles, 3 candles, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, you should be able to see my screen, Matthew. Everybody should see my screen. If you're not, I don't know what is going on your end. Okay. So 109.25, still a stronger pullback than expected. Just waiting. Yep, UJ is still looking good. So it'll probably bounce here in a minute. Okay. Let's see what the next one was. Gold. Well, as UJ goes up, the US dollar is going up. Gold is going to come down. And 1310 maybe, it's at 1316. Boy, that's a nice drop off. So 1310, I hope gold comes back to 1200. And I'm going to buy the crap out of it. I'll put 200,000 on gold if it hits 1200. That would be a solid Buy. Yep. So gold is in a little bit of a pullback right now. Let's look at the daytime frame. So it's breached the 100 on the daily chart, and the 200 is way down here, 1250. Gold could pull back. I don't know how far it'll pull back. Let's see if we got any support on the week time frame. We have a bull pennant or a bull flag on the week time frame. We've broken down below the 200 and below the 20, and we have the 34 down here at 1275, the 50 at 1225, and the 100 down here at 1200. So could come all the way down, could do it. It could come to 1275. It could come to the lower Bollinger. That is 1253. Could come to 1225. It could come to 1200. Now, if that does that, UJ is going to keep going. So I would cancel my sell limit, but I think that it's going to sell once it does run up to 110.30. But it would be consistent if gold drops all the way back to 1200 and UJ runs all the way up to 113. That would be interesting. Let's see. Look at UJ on the daily. Yeah, UJ's got resistance at 200, but it could go through it like it did here. It powered down through it, but it was after multiple tests of it, and then boom, it broke down. Well, we may push through today or tomorrow or the next day, or we get turned back and then push through. So this could continue to go up. We are coming off a low. You tell me. Look what happens when we come off a low right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that area. All right, right here. We came off a low and then we went all the way up. We went through it and then came back, and then the next day we went through it and then we came back. So we could do this too. We could go past the 200 and then pull back and then go up again and be like 2 days before it comes back. So I may put in a cancel that sell limit. Just being honest. Yeah, I may just cancel my sell limit. I'm probably going to do that right now just so I don't forget. And I'm going to put in a notification to everybody. Just be careful because it could keep running. And if it keeps running and we go to 111 or 112, where's the next resistance level? Let's go ahead and put some lines out there. Right there. 113.34. That'd be 400. If you like it, I love it. Let's see right here. That's too far up. Yeah. Back down here. Come on. Yeah, 113. That'd be at this level right here. 114. There's this level is 113.64. We could go all the way up there. So I've got my take profit on the weekly at the 34 and the 50. But we could power right on through that when, like we did here, boom, came off a bottom and we popped through all those moving averages. We could go all the way up here to the 200, which is 112.82. That's 300 points, 350 pips. Yep. Okay. So that's what we're thinking. UJ's coming back a little bit. All right. So that was like -9 something. Now it's -7. All right. Let's see. Okay. So that's gold. What I think gold is going to do. that if it's contingent on the US dollar, so we could come all the way back to 1275. Good for a sell. But if you're buying UJ, you don't need to sell XU because you're doubling up and you get in double trouble if they reverse on you. Then you have double the negativity. NC looking good. All right. Yeah, I see some numbers turning green, so NC looks like it's trying to come back to me. It's going to go up here, pop, and go on, keep on going. Sure enough. Okay, so gold, you satisfied with gold? Lena and Katarina? Okay, let's look at EJ. I'll look at GA in a moment. Euro dropping off. Let's see. These are good when you find impulse buys. Okay. EJ found resistance at the 100, 200, and the 10 on the, I'm sorry, the 5, 100's down here. So 5, 200, and the 10, we're under it, but we're sitting on the support at the 50, so we could break on and continue up on the monthly. On the weekly, we've got support here at the 200 week. We powered up through all the moving averages, and we've come to the resistance at the 20 and 34, and the 200 is, no, that's the price line. And we've got support of the 5 right here, so we powered up, we pulled back. It looks like it's setting up for a buy. Yep, 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 yep. Let's go to the day. Nice, big pullback. Rounded pullback. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's a nice big pullback. I think I was talking to Sean yesterday, and he said Euro was setting up for a sell. So here we are. We bounced right off of the 200-day moving average. Man, that's beautiful. So a little bump up, big drop, and we could turn and rally on the Euro JPY. So we'd have to look at the Japanese yen index. I see the dollar index 91.56. Thanks, Kelly. So we'd have to look at the other indexes to see what's going on. But that looks good for a buy. 132.40. That'd be consistent with Euro NZD finding support here and then rallying back up. So those two are good. Okay. Plus, if the euro goes up against the yen and the US dollar goes up against the yen, then the yen is losing strength. Let's see what's going on here. Still in that zone, hadn't really popped back up yet, but it's getting ready to. All right. Might just be a slow channel. Approaching lunchtime. All right, you're buying EJ based on harmonics, MAs, and pivots. Okay, great. And thank you, Jennifer. I love it too. Gold will drop. Yes, Abdallah. GA. Okay. So you see what you know what I think with EJ. Let's go to GA. They just had one, a big drop. Yeah. 1 hour time frame. That's not too terribly bad. All right, I have been bullish on the pound because I believe it's coming off the bottom. So we have a channel trend going on right here on the month time frame. We are at support on the 34 and resistance at the 50 on the month time frame. Let's go to the week time frame. Very bullish to break out. GA. The pound is going to rally. I'm very bullish on the pound. That is a bull flag pattern. Yep. So it may have had a big drop, but that's not really a drop. We're just getting ready to get started, really. I mean, when you look at this though, went up, came down, went up, came down, went up. We could come down one more time before pushing back up, or we could be at the point of breakout. I'd put a buy stop if you really want to catch this run. Put a buy stop up here at, let's see, 85. That's going to be like 84. Can't see it on this time frame. $84.92. That'd be too close to 85. 85.20. But if you see it start running, just jump on that train. So that's going to keep going. Yeah, that's a buy on a 1 hour time frame. But it could dip a little more. It could pull back further. If they want to pull it back to the 100 and the 200 right there. I don't see that happening though, because it's too bullish right now. I don't see them pulling it back to this level 183.50. We're at 184.27. I think it's a buy right now. That's GA, folks. All right. Chef. Same thing, US dollar. If the US dollar is going to rally, Chef will rally. The 200 on the weekly, yeah. You put a buy stop above it. Chef on the hour, trading sideways to rally again. So that gives me hope for I stayed in that trade yesterday. Yeah, I did. That gives me hope for the US dollar to rally, UJ to rally here in a bit, because this is just trading sideways, the US against the Swiss franc on the 1 hour time frame. Let's go to the daily. Oh yeah, beautiful. Man, that's beautiful. Look how it's holding those moving averages. I like to just sit back and look at a chart when I see that. That's a thing of beauty right there. That's when you know the moving averages are a thing of beauty. Busted above the 200-day moving average, boom, popped here, and it's just been a nice, slow, steady move all the way up. All right. UJ is still tripping. Pull back to 923 on my. Yeah, it's still got support right there. It hadn't popped yet. It's not anything to be concerned about. It's getting ready to. Because the euro is being pulled back against the yen. Same thing. So the yen is pushing a little bit is what the deal is. That's all. I think we will be okay. Just a matter of time. That thing will pick back up. So that's my thought on Chef. It's going to continue to rally. The Swiss franc has been falling. Little sideways trading. So after we consolidated, we powered up, we're trading sideways again. And this could consolidate for 12 hours a day. All this consolidation here ran up and then consolidated, pull back, consolidated, run up, pull back, up, down, up, down, up. So you put a sell. You got a little room to sell it down up to 98.73. I mean, it could come all the way back down here, but it looks like it's going to trade sideways. So just put a tight stop loss. Keep putting your stop loss there. Okay, looks good. Let's go back to UJ. Pull back a little bit further. Let's see. Still good. Nothing to worry about. And I'm not going to add to it because I've got a 109.28 and 109.35. And then I got another entry up here, 109.45 from way back. So I am okay. 28.35. I've got too much actually. So I could alleviate one of these once it runs up. That's 19. That's a little too heavy for my liking. NZCAD is looking good. Still holding on. Looking like we're getting ready to go into profit on the next one. And so it should run. All right. Okay. Yeah, if it never confirmed, then you just wait on it. To the 20 on H4 since it tested the 10 already. UJ, nah. Let's take a look. Yeah, pull back. We got the 50 right here at 109.23. We're almost there on the 5 minute. But let's go to the 4 hour. Nah. I think we're in an uptrend. So we did a pullback, we dropped, and here's the 20 right here. So we've almost touched it earlier, and then we pull back up. All right. I think we're just in a mild pullback right now on the lower time frames, but this looks good to continue up. 45 minutes till the next 4 hour candle forms. My guess is we jump up, and then the next candle forms right here on top of the 5, and then we push up from there. That'd be my speculated guess. All right. It should be enough for now. Kind of slow. The market's kind of slow at the moment. Nothing major happening. So we're sitting right on the 5 minute, 15 minute. We're on the 20. So we should get a bounce right here, maybe off of that. Let's see if that holds. 109.22. So it came a little bit below the 109.23 mark. That's your 1 minute time frame. Not really a powerful effect. Yep. Little slow tick down. And it's not where it wicks, it's where the candle closes. So we should close above this 20 on the 15 minute time frame. if we're going to hold. $30-minute time frame, sitting on top of the 10. And they do that to you all the time. They'll, let's see, run it up, pull it back, and then take it up again. So we didn't really go up very far. We went to resistance, and then we pulled back. So we're sitting on the 10. I think we're good. Euro GBP, I think the euro goes down, that the pound is stronger. So I think Euro GBP will go down. But let's look at it. Looks bearish on the daily. Got a little support on the 100 on the week time frame, but it could drop and fail because it's under all these moving averages, and it's kind of been in a slow tick down. Yeah, that looks like that could come on down. So that would mean the euro is going to be weak against the British pound. 4-hour time frame. Yep. Major resistance at the 200. It couldn't get through. So it looks like it's just going to trail off from here. Maybe bump back up to 87.25 maybe, and then fall off again, or just trail off from here. Yep. Once it does that, trail on down. So it could just blow up, trail all the way down. Hour time frame, same thing. It looks like we're just going to bump up to here, maybe to here. At the most 87.18, 17. May only go right here to 87.04, and then we're going to drop off. So that's a sell on Euro GBP. Okay. All right, guys, that's what I think. And we're just going to continue to wait it out on the UJ trade, and the NZC is still okay. Just jumped up back, but it's still at that 34, so it's got to break through that resistance. And this is a slow mover, so it takes more time to develop than any other trade. All right. So UJ did come down, bump back up. It wicked below the 10, back up a little bit on top of that 10 on the 30-minute. Stop loss on New Zealand, Canada. Probably put a stop loss right under here. 90.83. If you want to give it more wiggle room, we'll come down here to 90.75. but I don't think it'll go that far. That should be enough wiggle room. But a tight stop loss in case it breaks down. You get in here, get out at 90.83, and then if it drops, get back in at 90.80, even though that's not a lot of pips, 3 pips. But I don't think it's going to break down. I think it's going to push up, setting up for a big push up. Okay, take profit. I have my take profit at 91.30, though it could power on through that, but that's where my take profits are at. All right. I would have to go and see why I did that. Oh, probably because of the, yep, that's why I did it. So on the day time frame, that's the 5-period moving averages right there. So I would get out right before it hits the 5. But it could power on through, so I just have to watch it to see. But it's picking back up, so it's doing all right. Yeah. And then back to UJ. Looks like it's picking up a little bit. So it's got to push all the way back above all those moving averages, but that's okay. On the 5-minute time frame, it can do that because the longer time frames are what we're looking for. All right, guys. Well, that being said, I'm going to go and get me some lunch, and you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will be in touch. Peace out. All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Bye. Amen. Thank you.